So today we're going to talk about one of the most talked about subjects on YouTube and X last week, which was financial education, selling out of his Tesla position, and if he scammed his viewers. Now, obviously, I'm sure most of you guys are aware that I am not his biggest fan over the last few years. I feel like really since 2020 in particular, there's been a big increase of this guy deceiving and grifting his viewers, and I've called him out multiple times for this on the videos that you've probably seen previously. Now, I know he watches the videos, and I actually think I actually help him because I think that he watches them, and I notice that when I make these videos and call out some of the grifts that he's doing, he does slow down and sometimes stops some of those grifts, but I previously made videos on them before, and surprisingly, there's still sometimes people that think is the best thing since gravy because the new investors don't realize some of these grifts that are going on. Eventually, I think people do realize this, but there's been a few, and not to go back on old ground, but very quickly, in case you aren't aware of some of the things that have gone on previously, there's been things like this, buying positions, selling out of them quietly, and then buying them back in at a lower average to make it look like he's got a good average on a business. An example from this one here is from Strongman Personal Finance, which covers when he started buying this new easy money stock, and he started buying PayPal. And when he was buying PayPal, it was a $132 stock, as you can see here. Next thing we know, he's sitting on a $60 average. It's obviously, started buying it out in 2022, sold it out, and then bought it back in towards the back end of 2022. Promoting platforms that went bankrupt like FTX, took payments to promote them. 3 months later, the platform goes bankrupt. All the viewers that signed up using his video that he was affiliated with lost all the money. Obviously, there was no apology to his users. He just deleted the videos, and there was no kind of like, hey, you know what, I'm really sorry, I'm going to donate the money to some certain charity for that. No, he obviously kept all that money that he got from the promotion. Stuff like promoting the very good food company, which was a stock that started working with influencers that were paid to promote this stock. Out of nowhere, this company was being talked about by some of the biggest finance YouTubers out there, and some of them did openly admit they were getting paid to promote this stock, and he was talking about it and promoting about it, which is very suspicious. There was other things like promising his course members that he would get them 30% annual returns, and it turned out a lot of them lost a lot of money, as this person down here lost nearly negative 95%. Buying stocks like Smile Direct Club, and they would end up going bankrupt, and they would just quietly sold out of background and never mentioned again. And obviously charging $33 a month, $125 a month for some of his courses, for which is just absolutely crazy money. Something like that works out as $1,500 a month per person. So obviously, when you are getting that money from promoting things that go bankrupt and these expensive courses and the YouTube views, people think he made some of these $1 million stock market portfolios from some of his investments. Give me a break. It is because of fleecing his viewers and certainly grifting some of his viewers with some of the things that he's been doing in the last few years. But that isn't the video. What we talk. Oh, and by the way, obviously the classic grift is showing a Ferrari at the start of the video to make it look like you're a good investor. We know where that money has come from to pay for all that Ferrari, don't we? But today we're on about Tesla. So Tesla being sold was an absolute shock to me. I did not think he was going to sell Tesla, and I think most of you guys think I'm going to be quite negative here, but I actually don't think there's anything wrong with selling Tesla. He didn't scam his viewers. For once, I think this was actually a very good transparent move where he talked about buying the stock originally back in 2019 or wherever it was. He's actually put a video out saying he sold it, and he was very transparent about it. And I think that is the biggest thing that needs to improve on YouTube and with especially the big stock market YouTubers, is transparency. When you're buying things, when you're selling things, it's all out there. And the big thing as well is that he made money. He made actually very good money from buying Tesla stock. And at the end of the day, what we're all here to do, we're all here to make money. And you should, if someone's been transparent about what they've done, when they bought, when they sold, and they made money, you should give them a tap on the back and say, well done. And for that, well done for making money on Tesla stock. That is why we all do it, and he's done it. So yeah, no issues at all. I don't think he's scammed anyone. He has had a bit of a backlash about selling Tesla. I think a few people that have owned Tesla are kind of like attacking him. I don't understand that. If you're a Tesla shareholder, why are you bothered about what someone else is doing? It doesn't really matter to you. Focus on your own investment. That's absolutely strange to me that some people are doing that. Now, there was some strange things I've got to say with selling Tesla stock that I thought was a bit of a strange move. Is that obviously, this was sold out last week, and it's pretty much on a big significant dip. The stock has fallen dramatically in the last few months, over 40% down. And I don't know why you would now sell the stock after it's gone down 40%. Like if you sold it a few months ago, you would have made, obviously made good money, but you would have made double the money if you sold out a couple of months ago. Why not do that? And when I was watching the video around the reasoning of why the position was sold, a lot of it seemed to be around the car company not doing that well. Well, if you're selling it on the car company not doing well, and also Elon Musk being involved in politics, that's nothing new. Elon's been in the politics scene now for how long, especially with his X purchase. I mean, that was in 2022. And the car sales have been pretty poor for the last 3 years. That's nothing new here. So if you buy, you're buying the stock on the car sales, it's been going downhill for 3 years. So when the stock went absolutely ballistic, why were you not running the numbers and going, actually, this is a bit of a crazy valuation, I'm going to sell the position now? Or even if you're running the numbers, you'd realistically go, oh, you know what, I'm actually going to sell half of my position now, because when I'm running these numbers as a car company, they're absolutely awful. And why did you not sell there? And you would have made a lot more money. That's something that didn't really make sense to me. The other thing that didn't really make sense to me is selling the stock now after all this time. If you are, the stock hasn't been priced on the car sales for quite a while now. A lot of it is being priced, it is 158 times earnings, and the car company has been poor in my opinion. I've been saying that for a while on the YouTube channel. But if you're basing it off the car sales, that's not happening. Tesla's getting priced on future projects at the moment, like full self-driving. And if you've lasted this long in Tesla stock, I don't know why you'd sell it now when you have full self-driving potentially going to be launched in Austin by June 2025. You're about a month away from seeing if this actually happens. I would be now sitting back and going, you know what? I've not sold at these highs. It's not based on the car company sales of them anymore. It's about all these future projects, and if they hit this, this land market in a month's time, I'd be willing to see if they hit it. If I was personally in here now as a shareholder, I'd personally be probably waiting to see if that does happen. So the timing of the sale does not make sense to me at all, and what kind of valuation was being run on this stock doesn't really make sense to me at all. The last thing that has been a very strange move is the crapping on shareholders that are still holding the stock. I don't get that. I've seen a lot of big YouTubers do this, and I don't know if it's just because they are very self-sensitive around this, but he put an ex post out saying Tesla trolls wish they could make Palantir type gains, but they are stuck with a stock that is the same level as it was 4 years ago. Quit trolling and get some money. Now, I don't get this, because he talks about the stock being the same level it was 4 years ago, but he acts like he sold out 4 years ago and made the money from it, but he didn't. He has owned the stock for the last 4 years, so he's like taking the mick out of other shareholders for holding the stock, even though he was holding the stock during that time period. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense why you'd put a post out like that. Like, you've sold the stock, you made money, move on. Why do you need to go on and crap on other shareholders? And also this kind of like negativity to stocks that they used to own last week, and now they're going negative on it. Just say, best of luck to the future, if you're holding Tesla going forward. Why can't you just do that tweet? There's plenty of stocks that I own, and the stocks that I will sell out of, but they will probably go up, and at no point do I get angry about it. I'm happy that other people probably still held the stock and made money on it. Well done to them. I would never kind of belittle them because of that, and I don't understand as well the point of view where he tries and wishes, bad luck to people. Like, I'm not a Tesla shareholder, but I would, just say best of luck to Tesla shareholders. I don't own the stock. I've been pretty negative on the stock, in fact, over the last kind of like few years. But you know what? For anyone that is in Tesla, I hope it works out for them. I hope they make money. I would never wish someone in Tesla to not make money on it. I hope that people in the comment section in 2-3 years time will be able to say, oh, I did hold Tesla and I made money on it. I hope that people are able to do that. I'm not really that bothered about it, and I don't see why he's getting so worked up about it. It just seems completely, a complete strange move to me overall. So, yeah, overall, like I'm thinking about it, and some strange moves there. Like I don't think there's a scam at all for a change. I think he was quite honest with people on YouTube and honest about his Tesla shares. Strange move. I don't get the timing of the sale and selling it at this value now compared to what it was 3 months ago. And I don't get the attacking of other Tesla shareholders. Just wish them the best of luck. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it I think it was strange timing, but we'll see what happens. And overall, I know Jeremy watches these videos, so Jeremy, I hope that was a bit nicer to you. And I've also noticed as well that you've been buying a few of my stocks a little bit at the moment. I've seen Adobe coming up after I bought it, SoFi coming into the portfolio after I bought it as well. So maybe even get some of your stock tips from me now. So hey, if you want to have a chat, and I'll mention a few stocks to you, DraftKings, that'll be a good one. Hit me up. But apart from that, thanks for watching, guys. See you in a bit.